What's up, everyone? My name is Mistic. Welcome to Mistic Rex. Today, we have a video by Simonella. Obscure units of measurements, like 5 footballs long, is I don't know how long my dick is. Let's get into it. Check it out down below.
Hey kids, I've
Hello.
been told by a lot of people that there's
Ooh.
nothing more exciting than the metric system. They
Mm-hmm.
may have a point, but I can still prove
Definitely.
them wrong. Today, we're going to talk about some specific lesser-known units of measurement.
Mm-hmm.
First is the Schmidt Pain Index. Now, anybody
I
could
feel like
tell
I've
you
heard
that
of that
getting stung
before.
by a bug tends to hurt. But
Mm-hmm.
just how much does one sting hurt compared to
I've
another? Are
never
yellow
been
jackets worse
stung.
than hornets? Are
Just
fire ants worse than
mosquitoes.
honeybees? Nobody in the world of science knew for sure. That is,
When I was a kid, I had a wasp literally on my sweatpants on my leg inside the house. I have never panicked and ran so far, but it was still on my leg. I don't know how it got inside or why it was on my leg. Hated that.
until a young upstart by the name of Justin Schmidt decided
Hmm.
to boldly go where no entomologist has gone before.
Okay.
But how did he plan to quantify the level of pain caused by different insect stings?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it went something like this. Alright, honeybee. Ow, God, that hurt. I'll give that like a 2. Next, paper
Did he
wasp.
let the
Okay, that's like a 3. Next,
pain
let's
before
try
calm down?
bullet ant. Jesus Christ, Mary Mother of Satan's left nipple, it's like my hand is made entirely out of urethras, and each and every one is having a red-hot catheter put in and
Mm.
ripped out 5 times every second. My very being is on fire. My only desire left is for death himself to bless me with sweet relief.
That's not
I'll
that
give that a
bad.
4. No, 4 plus. In all seriousness though, I'm pretty sure the index is meant to be logarithmic, like earthquake magnitudes. So just like a magnitude 7 earthquake is 10 times as powerful as a magnitude 6, a
Really?
bullet ant sting causes 100 times as much pain as a honeybee. In total,
Hmm.
Schmidt cataloged 78 different species of the order Hymenoptera, which includes ants, bees, and wasps. You can tell a man is really dedicated to his job when, after getting stung by 77 insects, he says to himself, you know what? That wasn't enough. I need one more creature to inject its venom into me, and only
Mm-hmm.
then will this list be complete. I
Right.
guess you could say he just really gave a Schmidt. Nah.
Ah,
Next is the Waffle House Index. So for those of you that didn't know, the Waffle House is one of the most
isn't that
resilient
if it
establishments in the world.
closes,
Whereas most
the weather's really
restaurants would
bad?
simply close down in the event of,
Mm-hmm.
say, a
So if it's
hurricane, Waffle House
closed,
just goes from their
that's
normal
really
mode to
bad.
disaster response mode, following extensive protocol that allows that location to keep serving customers in spite of low food supply or even a power outage. In
Hmm.
response to this business practice, FEMA came up with what is known as the Waffle House Index, which
Really?
is a system to easily assess how badly an area is damaged by a natural
FEMA
catastrophe.
came up
If the
with that?
Waffle House is fully open, they're in the green, which means things are basically fine. If the
Mm-hmm.
Waffle House is using their low supply menu, you're in the yellow, which means that the area is almost certainly mid-disaster. Finally, if you're in the red, that means the Waffle House is either closed or gone. Now that's a sign of some real nuclear zombie holocaust type shit going down, so if you're not already
when
dead,
did
you should
when
probably
did we
vacate the
experience
area.
that?
Most engineers could tell you
I've
that,
never seen it
structurally
closed.
speaking, the triangle is the strongest of all shapes. But
Really?
I believe that there's one shape that's even stronger. Godspeed, Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have the APGAR score. So the APGAR score is a rating system used by hospitals to determine how healthy a newborn baby is on a
Mm.
scale from 0 to 10. It's
Mine's
called
probably
APGAR based on
0.
its 5 criteria, which include appearance,
Oh,
pulse,
0.
grimace,
Yeah.
activity, and respiration. And
Ooh.
each of these is rated on a scale from 0 to 2 to get your final score. Personally, I think this set of standards is a little flawed. Here's an example. Well, it's completely blue, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really want to move at all, but it's got a really fast heartbeat, and it's screaming really loudly.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give this baby like a 6 out of 10. That's good
Yeah.
enough. So in response,
Oh,
I've invented my own rating system. It's
okay.
called the Ragu score. R is for
Ragu.
reflexes. It's common knowledge that if you you hold any healthy baby by its feet and then drop it, it'll always land upright. If
Right,
your
like a
baby
cat.
can't do that, that's a sure sign that it's defective. A
Right.
is for abnormality. If your baby seems weird, that's typically a good indicator that it's weird. G still stands for grimace, just like in the APGAR test, only instead of looking at the baby's facial
McDonald's.
expression, you just bring
Yeah.
grimace from McDonald's into the room and see how the baby reacts.
Yeah.
If it starts crying, that's a good sign because
Mhm.
grimace is absolutely fucking terrifying. And finally, U is for ugliness, just because that might sway your decision on whether or not you want to keep it. Now, if the baby passes the test, it gets to go home, but if it fails, then it gets shipped off to the factory and made into ragu, hence the
Yeah.
name of the test. Some people might be upset by this
I
fact,
would
but you know what they
fail.
say, pray go today, ragu tomorrow.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank
I'm
you for watching.
Mistic.
Today's video has been sponsored by Ragu brand pasta sauce. Like the taste of pureed infants? Then you'll love Ragu
Yeah.
pasta sauce.
I'm glad we saw that. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Would you prefer the current ragu pasta or the improved ragu pasta? Let me know. But until next time, bye bye. Meow.